What's good, fellas? Welcome back to the channel. So last night, in the middle of the night, a pretty big NBA trade went down. We see Jrue Holiday being sent to the Trailblazers for Anfernee Simons and 2 second-round picks. And overall, I just don't think this trade makes a whole lot of sense. This trade is kind of out of left field. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I don't really understand it. We're going to talk about the Trailblazers first, then the Celtics, and then we'll get on to the grades at the end of the video. Now, as you can see right here, this is the official trade. The Celtics get Anfernee Simons, 2 second-round picks, and in return, the Trailblazers get Jrue Holiday. And in terms of the Blazers, man, sheesh, man. I don't really understand it. I don't really get it. I can't really wrap my head around it. You are trading Anfernee Simons. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that is the correct move. I think it is the correct move to get Anfernee Simons off the Blazers to give Scoot Henderson some more room to evolve and really show his potential. I like that, but I do not think this is the return you get for Anfernee Simons. It's not only like a return. You're giving up stuff to get an older Jrue Holiday, a Jrue Holiday who is regressing on the offensive side of the ball, a guy who is on a fat $32.5 million contract that will only go up in the next few years. Now, I expect this to be kind of a one and done for Jrue Holiday with the Blazers, but then why are we giving up multiple assets and Anfernee Simons? This is a young Trailblazers team. You are not ready to win now. This is a win now trade that they're making. You are also giving up future trade assets to get Jrue Holiday. I can't wrap my head around it, fellas. I really can't do it. Somebody help me in the comments. Now, maybe I'm crazy. Now, maybe they're doing some crazy master plan where, all right, let's call it Boston. All right, you want Anfernee Simons? We'll give you Jrue Holiday. Okay, we'll take Jrue Holiday. Hey, yo, Milwaukee, we want to trade for Giannis. All right, maybe we're bringing the band back together. Maybe that's what we're doing. But if that's not happening and Giannis doesn't end up in Portland, I just don't understand this deal. Now, I do think the tandem of Jrue Holiday and Scoot Henderson can work pretty well. Scoot Henderson will have his space to really evolve and show his potential because he was improving towards the end of the year, and I still do believe in Scoot Henderson. I do. I like Scoot Henderson a lot, and I do think moving off of Anfernee Simons is the correct decision. But this is the return you get. I feel like you could have looked towards any other younger team and you could have gotten more for Anfernee Simons. You could have gotten a much better return than Jrue Holiday, who you will only probably have for a year or two. You're also giving up future trade assets, as I said, when you're a young team who isn't really ready to win now. This is a win now move when you're not ready to win now in a Western Conference that is stupid good. It is stupid good. Let's not beat around the bush here. The Western Conference is really good. You have the Thunder. You have the Nuggets. You have the Wolves, who will improve. You have Luka Doncic and LeBron. You have Houston, who just got Kevin Durant. You have the Mavericks getting Cooper Flag. I mean, come on. I just don't like this trade for the Trailblazers at all. Now, maybe they're going to try to flip Jrue Holiday, but at the same time, you could have gotten a bigger trade with regards to Anfernee Simons and 2 second-round picks compared to Jrue Holiday. So I don't think they're going to trade Jrue Holiday. I think we're going to see a backcourt of Jrue and Scoot Henderson, and we'll see how that works. Now, for the Celtics, I love this deal. You get off of that Jrue Holiday contract, which was really bad to begin with, and you're getting a young 23-year-old, if I'm not mistaken. Now, he isn't the perfect fit for the Celtics. I won't lie. He's not the perfect fit. He's kind of a microwave scorer. He isn't overly efficient. He's not a great defender. He's a quite bad defender. And I don't know if that's a perfect fit for the Celtics. But the great thing about this deal is he's on a one-year deal. He's on a one-year deal. If it doesn't work, all right, you move on. And then you reset with Jason Tatum coming back in the fold. That's why I love this deal for the Celtics. They're also clearing up a lot of cap space. You're also getting 2 second-round picks for, like, why? Why are you getting those picks? I don't know. You're just getting them. So to get Anfernee Simons, a young scorer who has potential, and trade assets for an older, regressing Jrue Holiday, you can't hate it. You can't hate on it if you're a Boston Celtics fan. And with Jason Tatum going to be out pretty much the entire year, this team kind of needed a scorer, and Anfernee Simons can do that. He can give you 20 points a night. He could shoot off the dribble, and that's kind of what this team needs without Jason Tatum in the fold. And as I said, if it doesn't work out, you move on from him. You still get 2 second-round picks, and you get off of that huge Jrue Holiday contract. So I really like this for the Celtics. Now, maybe we get even crazier. Maybe Brad Stevens gets even crazier, and he tries to flip Anfernee Simons. maybe there's a team that's interested in getting him and his scoring and his potential. And in the Celtics' mind, okay, we could get more for Simons than we would have gotten for Jrue Holiday. That's a real possibility. But at the same time, if a team wants Simons on an expiring deal and they look at this trade, they're probably not going to offer, as much as the Celtics may want. So having a backcourt of Anfernee Simons and Derek White, it's not too bad. It's not a perfect fit, but it's not a bad fit by any means. So overall, if I had to grade these trades, yeah, I'm going Celtics A to A+. This could be an A+. I'll stick with an A because Anfernee Simons is not a perfect fit, but you're getting trade assets. You're getting a young player with potential. Maybe he explodes and you keep him. But if he doesn't, he's on an expiring deal and you can move off of him very, very easily. He kind of just helps you get by without Jason Tatum in terms of the scoring, because as I said, he could get you 20 points a night. He could shoot off the dribble. So this is a great move for the Celtics. I'll give it an A. And for the Trailblazers, I really don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'll give it a D. I don't see the upside at all. You trade a young Anfernee Simons where you could have dealt into another team to get better trade assets and young value back yourself, and you're also giving up 2 second-round picks. Why are you giving up picks to get an older, regressing Jrue Holiday who is on a bad contract? I only see Jrue Holiday staying with this team for 1 to 2 years, so to give up those type of assets, I don't really understand it. My camera's about to die. I kind of covered everything I kind of wanted to talk about. So overall, love this for the Celtics. Not a perfect fit, but it is a solid fit. You're getting trade assets in return. You dump the Jrue Holiday contract very early into the offseason, and you can kind of move on. Will you look to trade Porzingis? Do we get a little rowdy and trade Jaylen Brown? We'll see. This offseason is going to be crazy. I don't like this for the Trailblazers. You're making a win now move when you're not ready to win now. I don't fully get it. Let me know what you guys think in the